Welcome or welcome back. It is February and month 2 in my personal rings. And I'm super excited. I've got it all set up, mostly set up, and I wanted to do a flip through and show you what my thoughts are for the month. Jumping right in, my beginning dashboard, I guess, is remaining very similar. I am using the Sleepy Nose Club undated printable again to mark off when I've used my planner. I still have my call log in here, same sheet, because I got plenty of room on the back side. Same with my health tracker and habit tracker. I have enough space for 2 months per sheet. So I just am using the back side for February. Set up very similarly. I think I added one habit of trying to eat a little bit better. And the rest of these are the same. Got my shopping list, stationery wish list, bingo cards, February goals. I think I'm going to do a little more work on this. Maybe add another goal. And then we come into our planning section. This is a key that I had a year ago and I just found it. And it's basically just my intentions for how I'm going to use this monthly section. Anything that goes in the monthlies will be a time-specific action, day-specific action, or a day-specific information. A bullet mark is a task, circle is an event, a dash is a note. And then for the colors, red is a reference of anything that I would need. More on that later. Blue is prayer or people, and green is a memory. So anything I want to be in my monthly will be in one of those colors. And then I just got a little key for my shorthand. Then I have a year at a glance. I threw this together and put it in here. I have the year on a glance on this side and the holidays on this side, with the federal holidays in bold, because those are useful to know. Flipping past my January pages, I have a fresh meal plan sheet here at the beginning of February. The way I like using this is I have a square for each day of the month, each day of the week. And I have a lighter gray line in there, so there's 4 little sections. So I can plan each meal of the day, or what I like to do at the moment is I'm just planning dinner and I'll just write in what we're having for dinner each day, and then we got space for a grocery list. I really like this because when I'm in the grocery store, I can still be thinking about the meals that I'm making this coming week, and then I can make sure that I'm actually getting everything I need. Sometimes you forget to put things on the grocery list, you know? Then we have my February pages. Looks quite similar to January. I decided to stick with the pink Tombow because I'm enjoying that right now. And I've got a couple of cute little stickers. Everything else is basically the same. And going forward, we have the rest of my monthlies still in here. And now for the daily section, I again have my journaling prompts. Looking forward to doing that again. And then I printed out a month's worth of dailies. A reoccurring issue for me has been wanting the structure of dated pages for forward planning, and those dated pages not being enough space or being too much space, because I fluctuate quite a bit in how many pages I use per day. So I've laid out this daily in a way that I can have both. Hopefully. We're kind of beta testing it this month. So I have my note on the left-hand side, so that if I so wish, I can take a second notes page and pop it in here, write my notes, write more notes, and then my schedule and tasks are on the right-hand side. So I can write my notes and it's all cohesive, and I still have the space for forward planning as we go forward in the month. The rest of this is basically the same. I've got my projects section and some spare pages in the back and my folder. I've started just clipping my sticker sheets to the back of this folder. It's been working quite well. And then I've got a couple of extra inserts thrown in the back here at the moment. I'm sure they'll find a home eventually. I have these tabs set up for quick access. There are 2 pages that I need quick access to. One is my monthly, so I have that tab at the top, and one is my daily, so I have that tab at the bottom. One of my goals with the dailies this month is to be very consistent in using them. I don't have an example because I've already archived my January pages, but when I fall off of using this every day, I feel like things get lost in the chaos of the ether. So one of my goals and my intentions for use for this is the night before, or every night, I will sit down and I will look at my task list. Anything that is unfinished will either be scheduled forward or will be scheduled back into my monthly pages so that I can then reference it later. It doesn't sit in my daily and I never look at it again. You know, actually, I do need to go get my January pages because I would like to show you something else. All right, we've got my January pages. I've been thinking about how to index notes in a ring system. And thus far, my best solution has been to index in my monthlies. So that's where my color coding comes in. One of the areas my color coding comes in. In January, I had a couple of days where I had notes in my dailies that I wanted to be able to reference sometime later in the year. So those are in red. So when I write in red, it's, hey, there's something on my daily notes that I may want to reference. So on the 23rd, I had notes right here. And then here, I have my red circle in my margin to denote that that's where the notes I'm referencing are at. If you're taking oodles of notes in a day, the system may not work. You may need something a little more complex, but for me at the moment, I think this is working quite well, just to come back and reference in my monthlies. And I intend to keep these monthlies and the dailies, so all of this will be archived together. And when I'm thinking back, oh yeah, in January, I was mulling over a certain topic, I'll bet you I'll have notes in my dailies. And then I can look at January monthly, find the notes in my dailies, and go from there. I think that's all for today. Thank you for joining me for this simple but functional planner setup. I am very slowly coming to a point where this planner is very functional, and the inserts in here are helping bring some order to my life. I think the biggest change this month that I was working on was the meal plan. This has brought much peace of mind. I have a hard time just coming up with meal ideas on the fly, and so I need a plan, and I only go to the grocery store once a week. So making my meal plan, getting all of the ingredients I need, and then I'm set for the week. It has cleared a lot of space in my mind as I'm going through my week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. And I'm curious, what's the first step in your migration process to the next month? I hope you have a wonderful day.